I'm Mike Creetwalla.
And I'm Nevaeh Bowie.
COVID-19 has been very trying for high school students. Those heavily involved in clubs have had to find ways to adapt during this pandemic.
Patriot High School students involved in Law Club are no exception. Patriot was the first Prince William County school to ever compete in a mock trial, and every year these teams, led by Miss Warren, participate at a real court.
However, due to strict social distancing guidelines, the trial will be held over Zoom. There is no denying that these students will work hard despite these circumstances.
For this year's trial, 6 prosecution and 6 defense teams were sent to argue in a murder case. This is the most Patriot has ever sent, and the most teams out of the other schools.
Hello, I'm here with Kylie Smith, and I'm going to be talking to her about the mock trial. Okay, so how would you describe a mock trial to someone who's like never heard of it?
Well, basically, and this year looks a little different because we're doing it virtually, but mock trial is when you get a case and you get all the facts and you have witnesses and you have lawyers and we're on teams and we're going to be competing against other schools arguing a case in a real courtroom. And so we have a real judge who's deciding, what the case is, what's going to happen with the case, guilty, not guilty, that kind of thing. And we have, we go through basically a whole trial. It's, an opening statements and you examine witnesses and ask them questions, closing statements. And then usually there's a jury of our peers and they, get to go and deliberate and decide, okay, is this person guilty or not guilty? And of course, there's no high stakes really because it's not really deciding anyone's fate. It's just for fun. And then they come back with the verdict. But this year it's just going to be a judge because that's much easier to do on Zoom.
What would you say like the biggest challenge this year was? Because we have the whole virtual learning and stuff.
Yeah, so part of it is just kind of connecting with your team. Like it's hard. I haven't met, in person with my teammates. And so like we've been texting, we've been going to meetings and stuff over Zoom, but it's been difficult just to kind of make sure we're all on the same page. And I think the trial is going to be hard too, because normally you're like there with each other. You can whisper, pass notes, that kind of stuff. But this time you're going to have to be like on top of things and make sure, you're not losing track. Like, okay, wait, who's talking and what's going on? So
Right.
I think it's going to be a challenge, but it's definitely a very interesting challenge.
The best part I think about the mock trial is the mock trial itself. Like I said, we spend all year kind of working up towards like this one event. So it kind of pays off a lot to be able to just stand in the courtroom and be able to just show off all the work that you've done. Especially if you happen to win. Like I feel like that's just like the biggest reward that everyone loves to have. Even if you don't win, I feel like you gain a lot from the experience itself. So this year for our mock trial, I will be a lawyer for the prosecution.
Out of the 23 trials that were held, 5 received the verdict of not guilty on a murder case. 4 of these 5 not guilty verdicts came from our very own talented Law Club Patriot High School students.
The defense teams were even able to get lower charges on a second-degree murder case. Our students have worked diligently ever since October to deliver a realistic court case scenario.
They worked during holidays and even snow days to make sure their arguments were strong. Alongside Miss Warren, our Law Club students worked with Judge Jarvis, who helped them to be the best that they truly can for this mock trial, and it paid off. I'm Mike Creetwalla.
And I'm Nevaeh Bowie. Thank you for tuning into PTHS TV.